possession.
Yeah.
The African
no,
players,
they don't.
it's like they're so relaxed in possession. It makes it so difficult.
But we saw them early in the tournament take a 2-goal lead, and as you say, come under pressure and squander that lead, and suddenly getting a draw, wasn't it, against Benfica?
Yeah, Benfica kept on probing and managed to get a little bit more possession, enabled them to get in the game, and obviously got the 2 goals back. But tonight, I'm gonna have to stick with Aspire Football Dreams. I really am.
I'm gonna go with Inter Milan. I just think Inter Milan are going to just show that bit of quality. Okay,
Real Madrid are in the final, having beaten FC Red Bull Salzburg. Who will join them? Will it be Inter Milan of Italy, or will it be Aspire Football Dreams? Nick Summerby will make his way to the commentary booth for this second semi-final to join match commentator Mark Tompkins.
Well, it's already been a day of drama here in the semi-finals. No reason to think that the second semi-final won't be equally as closely contested as Inter Milan from Italy take on Aspire Football Dreams, a team that is pulled from 16 countries across 4 continents. Real Madrid, as you heard, have already booked their place in the final. That dramatic penalty shootout victory, 9-8, they beat Red Bull Salzburg on penalties after a 2-2 draw. Benjamin Valquist popping up in stoppage time to equalise and send us into the shootout. No extra time in this competition, so straight to penalties if required. Will it be the Italians, the Nerazzurri, as they're better known, or will it be Aspire Football Dreams, who won this tournament 2 years ago, of course, beating Real Madrid in the final when they were Aspire International? Well, it's been a fantastic tournament so far. Plenty of goals, lots of great quality, and it's a tournament that seems to grow in stature every year. It's the one junior tournament that all the clubs around the world want to play in these days, and invitations at a premium. And already plans afoot to get another 12 top-ranked teams in the competition for 2017. Naif Al-Kadri is our referee, all the officials from Qatar. To Milan, a club with such rich history in Italy, of course, with an Irishman among their ranks, Ryan Nolan, the centre-back who has been one of their standout performers, certainly in defence so far. Great togetherness shown among Aspire Football Dreams. They live together, work together, train together. Inter Milan show 2 changes from the quarter-final victory. Vitali and Shiro both dropping out. Luca Kerin and Maranzino are the 2 players to come into the starting lineup. 2 changes also for Aspire Football Dreams. Brolin and Sumar. They're the players that drop out. Sumar scored that great goal against Kashiwa Reysol in the group stage. Nuhu and Bibis, who both came off the bench in the quarter-final win, are starting, or in the team rather, from the start today. Aspire Football Dreams beat Al Ahly by 1-0. Sully with the goal, the big central defender. Well, Inter Milan beat Estudiantes, a Maranzino penalty, somewhat disputed after 90 minutes, and an own goal from the goalkeeper Aguero, putting Inter Milan through to the finals. Poor clearance, though, from Sully right at the start here. Inter straight away on the attack, ball forward towards Luca Kerin, who keeps it in play, but it'll be gathered by Mamph, the Aspire Football Dreams goalkeeper. Be interesting to see how both sides start this game. Inter got off to a flyer, 7-0. They beat Shanghai in their opening game. A couple of goals from Nakuri in that game. That was his standout performance. He's in the starting lineup tonight. Luca Kerin coming in for Vitali in the centre. Pleased to say that Nick Summerby has sprinted from the studio. Well, jogged.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, we made a little bit of movement. Yeah, looking forward to this game. It's all about the discipline of Milan against a tough Aspire. What's going to just keep coming at you. Very dangerous going forward. You know, they have to be very strong mentally at the back, but also try and express themselves in the game as well, pushing forward. And they have the players to do that.
Just a word about the changes in the starting lineup. Thomas Shiro, the 15-year-old who was so impressive in the last game, has dropped down to the bench with Gaetano Maranzino coming in. I'll just pause for a second as Nuhu comes forward. He's one of the changes for Aspire Football Dreams. Well, that's possibly going to go for a throw. Indeed, right in the corner. Oh, he's gone for a goal kick, in fact. But, yeah, Shearer was quite impressive in the last game, but dropping down to the bench today. And also Vitali, the central striker, being replaced by Luca Kerin as Gianmario Corti there makes the changes.
Yeah, well, he obviously he feels that that's the strongest team to win this game. They've had a chance to look at the opposition, and hopefully that's the right choice. But it's a huge prize at stake here, making it into the final. What a game! And you know, there's a real atmosphere around at the final. Everyone wants to make it there now. We saw the disappointment of the penalties just a few minutes ago. Obviously, in the last game, got to make it to that final. You're here now. You're semi-final. Don't want to stumble at the final furlong. So it means so much for these two teams.
A couple of changes, as we say, for Aspire Football Dreams. Brolin and Sumar dropping out, with Nuhu and Bibis coming in. It was Bibis on the ball a moment or so ago. Here's Carlos, the Costa Rican defender. There'll be a free kick foul by Maranzino, who'll be spoken to by the referee for the challenge.
If you're Milan, you've got to be patient. And there's one thing what Aspire are going to do, going to keep coming at you. You've just got to keep patient, keep believing. I think you can grind them down eventually.
Alex Garcia, the Aspire Football Dreams coach, player who was formerly at Barcelona in his younger days before moving to Iceland to continue his career. Kicks every ball as well. He said the other day he wishes he was still out there playing. Very difficult for some of the younger coaches who haven't been on the sidelines for too long to not get out of that playing habit.
Yeah, he talks a lot of sense. I think you get a lot of players what did play professional football when they go into managing, they still think they're playing. But he looks very thorough. He's got a good set of players there who he's managing, so they just need a little bit of direction sometimes.
Seen his side do very well so far, Aspire Football Dreams. Chase on here for Kerin, but it'll comfortably go through to the goalkeeper, Manf. Fell behind. Well, they went 2-0 up. Aspire Football Dreams in their opening match against Benfica before being pegged back to 2-2. Single goal was enough to beat Kashiwa Reysol in their final game and put them through at the top of the group with 4 points. Inter followed up their victory over Shanghai with a 3-0 win over Aspire Academy, the local Aspire team here to go through. The only Real Madrid and Inter, the only two sides with a 100% record. Great ball across, and Nakuri almost got there, Manf, with a powerful fist away, and that's a great ball in. Good save by the goalkeeper, well played.
What about the keeper? Sort of talking about getting quality crosses in, making them defend. Good start for Inter Milan.
And Dry. To get to the byline, and Dry's does well to get the ball across. Gathered at the near post by Mangano.
I mean, that's what they're all about, really. They'll keep coming at you. You know, 1 minute they're defending, and then all of a sudden they can accelerate quickly and get down the other end. That's what Inter Milan have got to watch out for now. Inter Milan are pushing forward.
Maranzino. Valietti. Nakuri. Maranzino with the challenge. It'll be Sully. Back to his goalkeeper, Manf. Well, Maranzino almost nicked it away from Salim Diaby. Enrico Seligin, the captain, who's solid in front of the back four. Here's Pio Russo. We know all about his shooting ability. Not on that occasion, though. Fires over the top, Pio Russo. Managed to work the shooting chance, though.
Yeah, good spell for Milan. Put up good crossing a few minutes ago. Now they're getting a few shots out. You know, really taking the game to Aspire.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing if Nakuri can turn in a decent performance tonight. He was excellent against Shanghai, but he's been kept a little bit quiet, hasn't he, since? Not really been allowed to play by Inter's opponents. Katana. Aspire International Aspire Football Dreams captain. Here's Carlos. Katana.
It's important that Valetti on the right-hand side. Can they get him on the ball?
Back to Robert. It's a good header out, but just struggling to get the ball clear at the moment. Diallo played out wide here for Karamoko. Marco Sala in the corner. It's gone back into the Inter penalty area. Not great defending. Capone forced to give the throw away in the corner. Real Madrid already in the final, to remind you, that penalty shootout win over Red Bull Salzburg. Katana.
We've also got Salah playing as well, who scored that wonderful goal on the opening day against Paris Saint-Germain. What a strike that was. He's playing here again tonight on the left-hand side.
Played out wide by Nuhu. Maranzino trying to get to the byline. Good challenge by Salah. Over the head of Luca Kerin. Katana's header. Now Carlos. Plenty of possession for Aspire Football Dreams at the moment. And Dry. Plenty of striped shirts around. He's still going, and Dry. Looked to have been brought down. Referee had a good view of that, but says play on. And now Inter with a chance to break at the other end with Pio Russo. Stopped by a combination of Carlos and Diallo. Here's Carlos.
Milan have got to watch the captain of Aspire. You know, whenever everything seems to go through him, you know, he seems to find himself in these pockets, but all of a sudden Milan are pushing forward down the other end. Good defending by Aspire.
Great ball from Russo with the outside of the foot, trying to pick out the run of Luca Kerin. And then the ball over the top is offside against Karamoko. That will be a free kick to Inter Milan.
First 10 minutes have gone very lively. A lot of possession. You couldn't say any of the sides have took control of the possession. It's going both ways.
There are the Real Madrid players in the background looking on to see who they'll play in the final. Dramatic penalty shootout. Had to feel for the goalkeeper, Salzburg.
But they had the chances, Salzburg. I think they could have won it twice with the penalties. You know, but it wasn't to be. And it's a big learning curve for the goalkeeper, the young lad. He's only 16. I think he's only just come to the club, what the coach said, so he has to learn. Won't do him any harm.
Put in by Vallietti. Ryan Nolan's header. Here is again the Irishman from Shannon.
One thing they are, Inter Milan, very organised at the back, very strong at the back. You can see now how difficult it's going to be for Aspire.
Vallietti's throw. Sully just felt he was helped on his way by Kerin. The referee agrees. It will be a free kick to Aspire Football Dreams. Humanitarian project in developing countries, Aspire Football for Dreams. The 2014 edition, where they pulled their latest recruits, 16 countries across Asia, Africa and Latin America. Really is a great pool to try and pull some footballing talent from. 40 scholarship recipients have gone on to play for their national associations since 2010. There's Robert. And Dry.
That's what he's good at, and Dry. They're very difficult to mark. He's got a real low centre of gravity.
Oh, ball had gone out. It won't count. Karamoko, rather, that put the ball in. Great run by Dry, but he's just run it over the goal line. The assistant on the far side flagged. Let's see if it did go out. have a look at it from here. Not all over the line, I don't think. A little unfortunate there. Aspire Football Dreams. That ball wasn't all over the line.
It wasn't at all there. He did wonderful as well, Dry. Fantastic bit of skill. You know, he beats Nolan very easy, really, and he gets to the byline. The ball wasn't out of play, and it really should have stood. It should be 1-0 up, but it's not been given.
Spaverio. Great strike, Spaverio, straight at Manf, though. No chances at either end. Manf had his body right behind that one.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, just going back to what you're saying there, there's been an awful lot of work done with some of these countries, third world countries, you know, and it's amazing, really. It's a great thing. You can see the talent, what's there now, and what they've done, and we've seen it over the years.
Real Madrid in the final 2 years ago, let's not forget, so they're not to be under. Can they go in and win it for a second time, I wonder? Here's Karamoko. Gets the free kick. 3 defenders quickly around him. Everybody quickly to get back behind the ball for Inter. There's only Luca Kerin forward at the moment.
Yeah, they've obviously watched Aspire, you know, and they know how hard working they are, so everybody's got to work hard. You've got to do it as a team, you know, so once because they can very easy turn, they can turn it, they can just get at you straight away. They're very explosive.
It's Katana, the captain, with the free kick for Aspire Football Dreams. Good delivery. Nolan's header away, only as far as Ndrai. Karamoko. Ndrai continues his run out wide. That's a great ball in from Ndrai. Nolan's header away again. Seligin trying to volley it clear, missed his clearance, couldn't get it away, and the pressure stays on for Aspire. Robert. Pressured into the corner by Nakori. It's gone out of play for a goal kick.
Good pressure by Nakori there. Eventually the ball going out of play. Back for Inter Milan. But you've got to ride the pressure sometimes when they're coming at you, Aspire. Got to be strong, got to be organised, plenty of talking.
Seligin. Salah. Oh, heavy touch. Carlos plays it away again. As Salah's out of position here. Karamoko. Nakuri.
Got to get onto it then, Nakori. You know, any chance there, when you've got to get out, use your body, lean into the defenders just to protect yourself. Gave the ball away far too easily. Oh, what a turn. Fantastic turn and pass as well in midfield. What a wonderful play.
Well, Bibis definitely had an impact when he came on the other night. Bibis and Nuhu, the two substitutes who are starting tonight in place of Brolin and Sumar. And that just shows the quality that Bibis has got in his game with that turn and pass there. Here's Katana, the captain, leaves it for Sully, the match winner in the quarter-final. Now Robert. Bibis. Diallo. Carlos. Good play this from Aspire Football Dreams. Katana. Sully.
There's that first touch there. Ball really knocked in nice and firmly, but instant control. Once again, lovely football again from Aspire, moving the ball around, everybody confident on the ball.
Karamoko.
Really good play, just lending it to your teammate.
Brilliantly done between Karamoko and Carlos. Needs a decent cross, doesn't get a one. And Ryan Nolan will turn the ball behind for a corner. Good play again, though, by Aspire, who have started the more promising of the two sides.
Good work down the right-hand side, eventually earning a corner. But good play, good lively play. Good movement of the ball. Lending it to each other. So all you're doing is lending it because you want it back.
Once again, it's the captain, Katana, that will take the in-swinging corner.
We've not had any stats from you yet. Why is that then? Have you out of stats yourself a little bit now?
Biding my time. The game's too busy at the moment. stats if it win the
There's
game
always
squad.
time for a little one. Here's a ball whipped in.
Right the way across, no one able to get a touch on that and dry. That's a free kick to Inter. Represented by Il Biscione. Of course, the grass snake, as we found out the other day. Or serpente. It's better known. So if somebody asks you what's grass snake in Italian, serpente, you know that.
Serpente.
I'd like to give a little bit of education. 1908, Inter Milan were founded. One of the most supported clubs in Italy. AC Milan and Juventus, of course, the other big clubs in Italian football these days. One or two have just fallen by the wayside. It's not in the greatest shape at the moment, Italian football, as we've spoken about already in this competition.
I don't think they need to change their ground. San Siro, what a fantastic ground that is.
It really is a wonderful stadium.
What's the capacity of that?
80,000, just over. Just a fraction over 80,000. Filled with two different sets of supporters when the two Milan clubs play. Of course, the Inter fans tend to be the middle-class bourgeoisie. Would you class yourself as that, or would you class yourself more as the working class of AC Milan?
Middle class for me. Middle class all day long. Chris would go with these. Got to be obviously the working class, the dregs. Dregs of society, that's who he'll go with.
Well, they're the ones that support AC Milan.
Well, that's who he'll support then.
The red and black stripes, of course, as opposed to the blue and black stripes of Inter Milan.
He's obviously a little bit upset today. His mighty Manchester United have gone down to Sunderland in the Premier League. How the mighty fall.
When was the last time Sunderland won a game? 2010?
I know, but the good thing about that there is that, you know...
That's his old club. He should support his old club,
you can always get your confidence when you're playing against United now.
Yeah, it's a big weekend in the Premier League, isn't it? The top four playing each other over the weekend. Anyway, Aspire Football Dreams are on the offensive here. That's a long-range shot. I'm not too sure what he was doing there. Bibis. Gathered by Giulio Mangano from outside the penalty area.
Tight game this is. Both sides just pretty much sussing each other out. Not to say as well now, Enrico there for Inter Milan. He's very important. Can they get him on the ball? And Dai seems to be coming back to stop him getting on the ball, just dropping a couple of yards. There he is on the ball now, just flicking it round the corner.
Maranzino. Valietti. There's a stretch for Kerim, but he's managed to deflect it to Russo. Trying to flame Nakuri with a first-time ball. Maranzino. A bounce and Bibis picks in to try and win it back. Kept in by Nuhu. Inter complaining that the ball had gone out of play, but I don't think it had. Here's Katana. Still going, Katana. It's a great run. Katana shot. Good save, Mangano. And Nolan forced to concede the corner. Great run by the Aspire Football Dreams captain.
Absolute wonderful. Nuhu on the left-hand side edge was blistering pace. It does get through to Katana. Great bit of skill, tight control, and then it opens up for him. And he really, I think, should have done a little bit better. And the keeper manages to put it out. But wonderful play. This is what the danger is now for Inter Milan. Very quick and sharp, and all of a sudden, if an opening's there, they go right into it. But really good play from Aspire and good strength as well.
Bibis and Katana over the corner. Complaining that Nakuri's not quite the full 10 yards back. He is now. Over comes the ball from Katana. It's just too high for Selagin. Right from Nuhu! And Aspire Football Dreams take the lead. It's Nuhu that scores, the player that brought into the starting lineup by Alex Garcia. And he gets the opening goal of the game. Inter switched off from the corner. And Nuhu makes it 1-0 to Aspire Football Dreams.
Yeah, wonderful. It did switch off. He was just at the far post on his own. Lovely first touch, and then smashes it into the net. 1-0 to Aspire. There it is. There's the touch. Waiting for it to bounce. Eye on the ball. Head over the ball. Strikes it down, and the keeper not a chance at all. 1-0.
That's a wonderful strike. We've seen some really well-struck shots in this competition through the legs of Ryan Nolan, which may not have helped Mangano's vision. But now Inter we'll see what they're made of. That's actually the first goal that Inter have conceded in this competition so far in 3 matches.
Yeah, they won't be happy with that at all, with the marking, leaving him on the far post there with nobody around him at all, able to control the ball and then able to get the shot in without anybody coming and getting tight on him.
I'm not too sure what's going here. The referee has just called the Aspire Football Dreams captain over to him, Katana, and Valetti coming over as well. A little bit of something off the ball maybe has gone on between those two.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that there, but there it is, look. If anything, Enrico, I don't know if he's lost his man. He misses the header, and then all of a sudden after that, it's in the back of the net. Keeper coming out now, he's got to deal with it, he deals with it. It's now a throw-in for Aspire. 22 minutes gone, and Aspire Football for Dreams are leading this game, semi-final. Real Madrid are always in the final already. Who's going to meet them?
The ball had gone out of play once again. I suppose that's a little bit justified, that goal, because Aspire Football for Dreams maybe should have had one earlier on when the ball was adjudged to have crossed the goal line, but actually hadn't. Yeah,
it was great playing the left-hand side and pulled back. It wasn't given. We looked at it. I think the referee thought the ball had gone out of play. It hadn't, you know, but the ball ended up in the back of the net, but goal wasn't given. So it's probably a little bit, they've had a bit of luck now.
So the reaction from Alex Garcia down on the sidelines as well. Delighted that his side have got in front. He's gone about his job very methodically, hasn't made too many changes to his starting lineup. Kept his best players in, kept a very solid back four. It's dry. Nuhu through to Katana, flags up for offside.
Katana there, he turns up in places once again. It was offside then, but he'd been through on goal. You know, if you look at him now, he's dead centre of the pitch, but he pretty much has the licence to roam anywhere, and he does turn up in really dangerous areas. Very difficult to mark, so Inter Milan have got to keep an eye on him, because everything seems to go through him.
Nolan into space, Sully miscontrolled, and Nakuri puts him under pressure. A little nudge in the back though from Nakuri. Well, he's always going to give the free kick the defender's way for the little nudge in the back there by Nakuri. A little bit of naivety from the Inter number 17. Yeah, just helped him on his way, Sully. Free kick to Inter, which Manf will take. Seligin's header. Nakuri. Thought the ball went under control, but he's going back towards his own goal. Well played by Nolan. Nakuri gets it back from Maranzino, and then wins the free kick for the foul by Nuhu. Capone. Seligin. Came off Katana. Carlos. Over the top again for Karamoko. Salah gives chase. Karamoko's just overrun it slightly. That was a heavy touch from Karamoko to run the ball out of play for a goal kick.
Really taking control of the game here now, Aspire for football. Inter Milan have got to try and get back into the game somehow or other, but it's very difficult when the players just keep coming at you, you know, moving the ball around. You've got to try and get into the game, got to try and push up, got to try and get the ball and get some opportunities created for Inter Milan.
Seligin. Here's Kerin. Nakuri. Oh, he's just offside again, Nakuri. Again, that's poor looking down the line from the Inter Milan forward player. Roberto Mancini, the current head coach of Inter Milan, of course. Jose Mourinho, a former coach, won the first treble in Italian history back in the 2009-10 season. League Cup and the Champions League. I think that be in trouble to repeat that.
Nuhu on this left-hand side. Very dangerous player, very quick player. You know, something what Aspire are looking for. He's a great outlet. If you can get the ball to him, he keeps the ball, but he runs at defenders. We saw in the first game with Valetti on this right-hand side being in an awful lot of space. With Maranzino, he cannot get that space tonight because he's obviously got to keep his eye on Nahu.
Spavero thinks a better ball across rather. Sully though with a good clearing header. Into just finding themselves a little bit of space. Salah, Katana just slipped and lost his footing. Capone. Seligin. That's wasteful. Lazy ball from the captain. Lazy ball from Bibis as well. Nuhu rather, which is giving it back to Inter. Nakuri. Foul by Robert. That'll be a free kick. Inter with a chance to get the ball moving quickly.
He's vitally important. Maranzino, they've got to get him on the ball. You know, we saw how dangerous he is in that first game. He's got to be on the ball, but it isn't. Now look at the pace there, just going past the defenders. Now dangerous. Undry there, look at him. Look, he beats defenders, cuts inside. Now they can't get anywhere. That's a penalty for me, Chris. That's a wonderful play, but just how he beats players, and you know, it's his strength as well, and cuts inside there. And it was a big call for a penalty for me.
It looked like he'd been caught there and dry inside the penalty area. It was Luca Kerrin that gave the ball away initially, that set Inter very much on the back foot. Valetti's header. Kerrin, maybe to make up for giving the ball away a moment or so ago. Nakuri. Maranzino, nice ball to Valetti. Better play from Inter, moving the ball around nicely with the one-touch football. Again, that'll be a clumsy foul, though, that gives the free kick away to Aspire Football Dreams. Now, was this a penalty?
It's a bit. Is a connection? No, not for me. Not for me. I think it's. I think the referee's. He's not really got a connection on him. Even if he just nicks him, I don't. You know, there wasn't that much connection. I think he's gone that quickly and he's turned that quickly. I think he slipped a little bit as well. But either way, good play from Inter Milan then before, just down the right-hand side. Getting Valetti on the ball. He pulls it back, but they give it away. A little bit sloppy in the final third, Inter Milan.
Aspire Football Dreams leading by a goal to nil. Nuhu with the goal after 22 minutes. We're coming up to the half-hour mark in the second semi-final. Real Madrid already in the final after a penalty shootout win over Red Bull Salzburg. It's Nuhu. Off by Bibis, given away though. Inter just can't get a foot on the ball at the moment. Well played by Russo. Now there might be a chance to get Nakuri. Maranzino forced to check back the other way though. Maranzino again. Valetti. Now Nakuri. Seligin. Getting no time on the ball at the moment. Aspire Football Dreams are really closing them down quickly, that central midfield area.
Yeah, great play. You know, you've got just a split second to do something, to make your mind up, otherwise they're around you. You know, it really is difficult. It's hard to get any space at the moment for Inter Milan.
Foul on Karamoko, which has left him down. So there will be a brief hold-up in play here.
So when you do get the ball, you know, you've got to think quickly. He's got to move as quickly as possible, you know, which is really very good for these players to learn. Good situation to be in. This will be like what it's like when they're playing in the first teams, if hopefully they do. You know, quick thinking, knowing what you're going to do when the ball comes to you. You know, that's what Aspire are doing to Inter Milan. I'm not giving them any time at all to get their foot in the ground and get hold of the ball and get a grip of the game. But just look, it's so difficult to mark for how quick and sharp, but all of a sudden now Undry pushing forward.
It was Katana. Oh, that's a good save by Mangano. Flag stayed down. Lovely ball through. Katana, the captain, though, couldn't convert. He's a big goalkeeper, the Inter Milan goalkeeper.
He is, what we said before about the Katana. Keeps turning up in these dangerous areas. Good work with Undry. You know, but then all of a sudden, look, there he is again. He's onside. Great run, great ball through. Keeper comes out, makes it difficult. But he's involved with everything, the captain, the Aspire captain. You have to try and stop him from playing.
And Dry. Turns again. Nolan recovered well to get the challenge in and concede the corner. Had been playing his football in Spain before being snapped up by Inter Milan on a 3-year contract, Ryan Nolan. Spoke to him a couple of times, haven't we? He was in the studio the other day as well, making his live television debut.
He's been very helpful, which all the lads have been for all the clubs, really. And I think you've got to do that, you know. It's really what the game is all about now. They really embraced it, everyone.
Corner for Aspire Football Dreams. Driven in low towards Katana. Snatched at it a little, but the flag's up for offside when the ball came through and Sully tried to play it back. Nolan. Valietti.
32 minutes on the clock now. Aspire Football for Dreams are leading 1-0. Can Inter Milan get back into this game just before half-time? I think it's crucial what the manager's going to say as well at half-time, if he's going to be able to change it. But they're not getting that freedom at all at the moment, what we've seen before Inter Milan. So they've got to work for everything they're going to get.
Well, because they've had it pretty much all their own way in their game so far. So this is an unknown quantity in terms of knowing what their character's like in trying to get back into a game.
This is the closest thing to first-team football for them. They've got to find a way. You know, it's not having it their own way, not having the time to be able to just pick their head up and pick people out. You know, this is a really good test for Inter Milan.
Katana.
And you have to say as well, they're going to take some, you know, who's going to stop them? Who is going to stop Aspire?
And Dry trying to slip it through again for Katana. Good defending by Capone. Spatherio. Waiting for the overlap from Salah. Good ball forward. Kerrin, the goalkeeper, Manth, was quickly off his line to gather just inside the penalty area.
You have to look back to their first game as well, Aspire, when they played Benfica. You know, they were leading, but Benfica got back into the game. You know, so they've got to take a lot of hope from that. Inter Milan. I think if I'm telling you now where they struggle is a ball over the top. If you look to play a ball over the two centre halves for Aspire, they don't know how to deal with it.
Possibly something that Gianmaria Corti, the coach, will have identified as a way of trying to break down the Aspire Football Dreams defence. Here's Karamoko. They lead by a goal to nil at the moment.
It sounds like I'm saying long ball. I'm not saying that. Just you know, when you play, sometimes it's nice. Hang on, first of all, ball on the side. Good delivery into the box. Goes out for another corner to Aspire. It's not just a bit of variation. You know, sometimes we've seen a couple of goals in the tournament when they've just knocked balls forward, and the defenders have struggled with it a little bit. You know, once you do that a couple of times, then you can get back to playing your game. There's our first team. What's in the final there? Real Madrid, who played before.
Yeah, cracking penalty shootout against Red Bull Salzburg. 9-8, they won it on penalties in the end. We were down to the goalkeepers to have that one decided. Poor old Felix Wilfing was the unlucky party that missed. It's Katana with the corner then. In-swinger for Aspire Football Dreams, who lead by a goal to nil. Good header down by Nolan. Helped away by Nakuri. Volleyed back to his own goalkeeper. And Manth taking no chances. It was a strange ball, that one by Bibis. Throws been taken quickly. Here's Russo. Going back inside, it's a chance. Nakuri! Trying to curl it in, it comes back off the post. Set himself beautifully for the play shot, Nakuri. Got the bend on it, but couldn't take it inside the post. And Aspire Football Dreams survive.
Yeah, that was a chance, and well done by Nakuri. Gets it on his left foot, keeps his discipline. And he just tries to bend it round. He bends it round, but it just doesn't come round enough. It hits the post. But a good opportunity, and all of a sudden you feel Inter Milan maybe going to get back into the game.
Oh, there he is, Nakuri. Here's the shot again, set up by Russo. Knew exactly what he was trying to do, didn't he? Trying to bend it out the way of a very tall goalkeeper. Square off the face of the post and away. Here's Carlos. Karamoko, oh, brilliantly done. Great pace from Karamoko. Still going, Karamoko. Mangano just plucks it off his toe in the end. Just needed to let that one go then, Karamoko. Well, chances at both ends now in the last couple of moments.
He did everything perfectly then, but he tried to beat the goalkeeper. Don't think he needed to do that. Just lift your head up, look for a teammate, and just slide it across for him. You know, it's difficult to beat the keeper because of the size of him. You know, as soon as he tries to drag it inside, the keeper just opens his body up and drags it back in. But once again, good play, good easy play, pushing forward as well.
Ball forward by Spaverio, Nakuri. 3 players getting into the centre. Maranzino getting there as well. Nakuri stabs it across to the edge of the penalty area, looking for Russo. Chance for Russo! Whistle's gone. Foul on the edge of the penalty area. Gives Aspire Football Dreams a free kick.
This is better from Inter Milan. Really coming back into the game now, getting good opportunities, pulls it back. There's when it hits the post there for Maranzino. Does everything right, bends it round. You're expecting it to land in the net, but it just bounces off the post.
Salim Diaby, the player that was fouled on the edge of the penalty area. Was this a foul?
No, not for me. He just used his body. Either way, the keeper saved it.
And Spaverio just moving Salim Diaby out the way to allow room for Russo, but whistle went.
Just lent his body into him there. You know, you've got to use your body sometimes just to get yourself a bit of space. The referee didn't see it that way, though.
And a play by Karamoko. Throw in for Marco Sala for Inter Milan over on the far side. Capone. Nolan. Balietti. Again, the movement's a little bit better now from Inter. Salah. Russo. Spaverio. Took it in his stride. Maranzino just beaten to the ball by Katana. Maranzino's done well to win it back, though. Nakuri. Russo. Maranzino.
Good play by Inter, working it on this right-hand side. Maranzino there, trying to get on. Can he get the delivery in?
Just run up a little bit of a blind alley there, Nakuri, and in the end the ball goes out of play for an Aspire Football Dreams throw. Moving the ball around, though, Inter now. It's a little bit better from the Italians. Robert with a throw. Gianmaria Corti shouting his instructions. Off down the Corniche this morning for their morning walk. Into every morning they head off for a little team stroll.
Yeah, from where they are in the Hilton there, you've been yourself. It's a lovely walk down there in the morning. A bit before a big game. All these boys are fit. It's just about recovery and just getting those legs moving again for the big game.
Robert. Nolan's ball over the top, chased by Luca Kerin. Back to Manf, a little bit of pressure from Kerin. Valietti's header, on by Seligin. Seligin again with a second chance. Maranzino, Nakuri. Starting to use him as a bit more of an outlet now, Nakuri. That'll be a foul by Sully. Little push in the back on Luca Kerin. No chance for Inter to whip over a free kick here and put Aspire Football Dreams under pressure at the back.
It's a good passage of play this here for Inter Milan. They're putting the pressure on Aspire. Really trying to get back into this game. They now have a free kick just down on this right-hand side. Looks like it's a left footer, so it's going to be whipping in towards the goal. You've got to get players going into that gap. You've got to get them running across. This is the area which is just lit up there. Going to whip it into the space.
That's Maranzino that's going to take the free kick. He's got 4 players in a line, 5 players in a line on the edge of the penalty area. And it comes from Maranzino. Great ball across. Capone, I think it was, that went for the ball at the far post, claiming he was pushed, but it's only gone for a goal kick. A little shove. Negligible, wasn't it, from Carlos?
Yeah, it wasn't. I just think it got caught behind him. He probably got in there a little bit too early. By the time he'd gone, he couldn't really get back to get his head round it. But there's things that when we talk about set pieces, it's situations like that, when it's a tight game, they're so important.
That's given away again clumsily by Aspire. Russo. Well went back there by Salim Diaby. Karamoko. Can't find a way through Aspire. They just now have a little bit of space with Karamoko, and Dry getting through the centre. Katana arriving as well. A couple of step overs from Karamoko, trying to get to the byline. That's good defending though from Capone. Just got his body in the way and allowed Marco Sala to win the ball back. That's well defended by Inter. Certainly a handful though, Karamoko with his pace down that far side.
Yeah, down the left-hand side and the right-hand side. You know, they have a little plenty of pace. It's a great outlet to have pace like that on your team. They keep hold of it and they drive at defences. It's the thing where they're so hard to play against Aspire. They just, when they go forward, they just attack and they hit you straight away. You know, while you defend, it's very difficult to go forward and make an impact on the game.
Well played by Nakuri and Valietti. Valietti's got a bit of room to get the cross in. It's a decent-looking one as well, but Manf raced off his line together. And once again sets his side moving forward.
Now all of a sudden they try and hit you straight away on the attack, but once again it comes back to Inter Milan.
Down the line by Nuhu. He's the goal scorer midway through the first half. A little bit of hesitation in the defence for Aspire. Tidied up by Sully. Katana. Back to Sully again. Cleverly done. Spreads the play to Carlos in a little bit of space to just make sure the pressure's relieved for just a moment. Bibis. And Dry. Nolan with a foot in.
Just let the ball go then and Dry. You see his control a little bit better. But he's tirelessly working up front. He always wants the ball. You can give it him in tight situations. And then when he turns, he's deadly.
Yeah, foul by Maranzino. Approaching the final minute of the first half. Just 60 seconds plus stoppages to go before half-time. Aspire Football Dreams winning here by 1-0. Katana with the free kick. Knew exactly where Karamoko was waiting in space. Carlos went back by Inter somewhat easily down that side. Carlos is a little out of position now. Salim Diaby comes across to stab the ball out of play. Jean-Marie Corti looks at his watch. He'll see that the half-time whistle is imminent. Marco Sala with a throw. Real Madrid in the background. Well played again by Diallo. Karamoko. Bibis. Worked the ball nicely around Aspire Football Dreams in this first half when they've had the chance. They've not been overawed by Inter. They're more illustrious opponents. Minute to go till half-time. Cut out by Seligin, the captain. Always looks assured on the ball in front of the back four for Inter, but he's going to have his work cut out in the second half to try and get his side back into this one. Marco Sala. Now Russo. Running at Carlos. Is there one last chance maybe for Inter? Good foot in by the Costa Rican. Spaverio has to spin away from Diallo. Carlos again with a sliding challenge. Karamoko. Katana. Great character when he's on the ball, Katana. Plays it out wide to Karamoko and immediately races into the penalty area. Arm raised, looking for the ball played into the box. And Dry. Stopped by Capone. Well, it's Aspire Football Dreams that see out the final few seconds of the first half. After what was a tight game, but the lead was given to them by a fine strike from just on the edge of the box by that man there, Nuhu. 22 minutes into the half. It's been a fairly dismal half in terms of chances for Inter Milan, but you know that they've got goals in them with the likes of Nakuri, Kerin and Russo, but they haven't managed to find a way through at the halfway point. That goal from Nuhu He's the difference between the sides when the free kick wasn't cleared. The ball in from Katana. And when it came out to the number 11, he fired through a crowd and beyond Mangano to make it 1-0. And that's the way it stands at half-time in the second semi-final for the right to play Real Madrid in the Kass International Cup final. It's Inter Milan 0, Aspire Football Dreams 1 at half-time.
انضم إلى برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB وتمتع بعالم من الخدمات المصرفية المميزة. خدمة عالمية تقدم لك امتيازات حصرية تعزز نمط حياتك أينما كنت وفي أي وقت، تجعلك تتحكم في معاملاتك وحساباتك، تمكنك من امتلاك منزل جديد في الخارج مع خدمة التمويل العقاري الدولي. برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB، عالم الامتيازات الحصرية.
أنا غدوتي لما أكبر أصير نفس نيمار.
في 2022 أبي أكون في استاد البيت.
عم نشوف يعني الجمهور في ملعب اللاعبين. كأس العالم 2022 هو البداية.
الأكل بيكمل مع بيبسي. يلا ناو.
هذا هو نجمي المفضل، واحد من أكثر اللاعبين موهبة في بلادي. اليوم الموهبة بروحها ما صارت تكفي، الكرة تغيرت، في مكان تقدر تحصل فيه مستوى تدريب عالمي، يحفزك تعطي كل ما عندك، يساعدك بالعلم تبني مستقبلك، وبالعلوم الرياضية تطور أدائك، وفيه دائما أنت في ديل أمينة. هذا المكان اكتشفني وأنا حاضر. ودي أصير بيوم من الأيام نجمه المفضل.
أكاديمية أسباير، اليوم حلم وغدا نجم. هل تعلم أن شبكة BN تقدم تشكيلة متنوعة من البرامج لكل العائلات؟ أحدث الأفلام والمسلسلات والبرامج الترفيهية وأفضل البرامج الوثائقية والإخبارية وبرامج الأطفال وأقوى الفعاليات الرياضية الحصرية.
كما يمكنك مشاهدة هذه البرامج في أي وقت وأي مكان. وهل تعلم ما هو سعر الاشتراك؟
You need to smile.
أليس هذا مدهشا؟
Well, as it stands, it would be Aspire Football Dreams playing Real Madrid in the final of the Kass International Cup 2016. The only thing is, there's 45 minutes to go. And maybe a penalty shootout, who knows. Chris Makin alongside me. Chris, the game started with Aspire Football Dreams pretty much dominating. It took a while for Inter Milan to get into the game.
Yeah, because they were pressed back by the attack from Aspire, who we talked about before the game. They're so impressive and they're so fluid and they take chances. They've got that little bit of something that I feel the other teams don't have. They just take chances and a little bit different. Very skillful players in midfield and attack. And I think Inter Milan were very wary of it. But to concede, I think Inter Milan, if they were going to concede a goal, they would have expected it to come from a little bit of something different, not from a set piece. You don't associate Italians conceding soft goals.
If they're organised somewhere, it's in defence.
Correct, yeah.
Let's have a look at that goal, because it's a little short corner and it's Nyanji who puts the ball in. There's still a lot of work to be done, though.
And of all players, the skipper, who I've been really, really impressed by the Inter Milan skipper, Selezin. And he just gets underneath it. And it's just a disappointing goal to concede from the Inter Milan perspective. First half, I would sum it up as Aspire definitely the better side, in control for large periods of that first half. Inter Milan still in the game, they're only 1-0 down. We saw in the other semi-final how the second half performance from Real Madrid, when they were out of it at half-time, thoroughly outclassed. In the second half they came back strong. I'm expecting a reaction from Inter Milan.
Let's have a look at a goal that was disallowed, because Inter Milan are still in the game, but it could have been a different story had this goal been given. Chris?
If there's any doubt, you should never give the
it's great play.
The decision. Oh, is he offside?
Oh, he's offside, is he?
No, it can't be, because he's running down the line and he's pulling it back.
Well, first of all, that ball's not out.
No.
And nobody's offside.
And can you see that from the opposite side?
You can't be offside from there. He's as far as you can go.
Right, I'm a bit confused.
So
I thought it was because the ball went out of play.
Inter Milan got away with it, and that...
This is what I'm talking about. Nyanji, the skipper, one of the three players that play up front, and just something different, bursting through 3 or 4 blue and black jerseys there, and that's what they give you.
This, a lovely chance for Inter Milan, and Spy Football Team's got away with that. I mean, he just set himself lovely there, didn't he? Just curled it in.
Just does everything right. Nakuri there, sets it off outside the post, hoping the spin will bring it in, and he's so unlucky to see it come back off the post. More to come from Inter Milan. Mind you, they've got to, haven't they? The 1-0 down as it stands. They're going out at the semi-final stage, so I'm expecting a strong performance.
Yeah, no holding back now. They've got to...
No, they don't have to go for it, obviously, in the first 20 minutes of the second half, and I really don't expect it from an Italian team. They're like Real Madrid. They're very confident in the way that they play, and I think they might change things with 20 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go, and they'll give it a good goal.
I know they're very different to Aspire Football is very different to Estudiantes de La Plata, but that's what Inter Milan came up against, and that's what they did with them, wasn't it? Just slowly grind them down.
They do, don't
and
they?
They just got their way in the end, and in the end it was a very, very good, comfortable victory for them.
Correct, and I'm expecting that in the second half. I'm expecting Inter Milan to have more of the ball. They've got to get on the ball first and foremost, dominate, play more, have large periods of possession, very similar to what Aspire did in the first half. And listen, they've got to go for it. They need a goal.
But at on the same note, Aspire Football Dreams.
Yeah, this is where it's really interesting, because if Inter do push forward in numbers, then there's space for Aspire to counter-attack, and with the pace and the magic that they have in the side, they could really could get some breakaway goals.
That's on the positive side for Aspire for Football Dreams. That they won't be thinking about the negative that may have happened in this tournament, but we have seen them squander a 2-goal lead in this tournament.
Correct.
And this is a time they're only 1 goal up. It's about, and I know that Alex Garcia, the head coach, will demand there's full concentration for the full 45 minutes.
And I don't think Aspire as a football team, and knowing Alex as well as we do, that they're a team to drop off and concede possession. They're an attack-minded side, and they're used to dominating the games, aren't they? So, I mean, I'm talking about Inter Milan coming into the game. It might not happen, because Aspire will certainly not think about setting up that way.
Do you think Inter Milan? Do you think Aspire Football Dreams actually have more in the tank?
Definitely,
they can step it up a few gears and actually make it even more of an uncomfortable night for Inter Milan.
I love talking to the different coaches and what they thought of the previous game and what they expect from the next game. And when I talk to, no one knows his side better than Alex Garcia. And up until now, every interview we've done with him, he said he's expecting better from his side, and they haven't played to the full potential. So we might get that in the second half of this game. If they win this time, then we might get it in the final. But if they do play as well as what Alex thinks his side can, then I'm really looking forward to that.
Real Madrid, of course, they've booked their place in the final. Went to a penalty shootout, that one. Let's show you the goal first of all from this match. The goal that separates these two sides at half time. And again, Chris was saying how surprised he was it came from set piece as far as Italy concerned.
They'll be fuming. The coaching staff will be fuming, and the players will themselves. It's just a straight ball to the back post, and I'm expecting him, once he has that first touch, for people to really get in his face and don't let him get his shot off. Poor goal to concede from the Italian point of view.
I know, it's not. I feel guilty talking about penalty shootouts at this stage, but having seen one between, we've seen a few now, and that one between FC Red Bull Salzburg and Real Madrid in the first semi-final. Yeah. This has that sort of feel about it. Inter Milan are a tough, sturdy side. Because
all the ties are so close, right? Different teams from different countries and continents, different ways of playing, and the games are so tight. And don't forget, it's semi-final stage, so you don't want to lose a semi-final. You at least want to get to the final. So there's a little, when you, as a player, you're going out there, first and foremost, you don't want to lose. And sometimes you can overcompensate. You take 2 yards back or 5 yards back, defend a little bit deeper, and we've got to talk about the penalties, because after the 90 minutes is up, there's no extra time. It goes straight to penalties. And as we've seen in this tournament in the past and recently in the last few days, we are getting penalty shootouts.
Well, will we have another one? 45 minutes from now, we will know. We're ready for the second half. It is Inter Milan 0, Aspire Football Dreams 1. It's time for the second half. Let's rejoin Nick Summerby and Mark Tompkins.
Welcome back to Aspire Zone. Both teams out on the field, just waiting for the referee to place the ball on the spot for the start of the second half. Yes, Aspire will be mindful, as they just mentioned there in the studio, that they did let slip a 2-goal lead against Benfica, so they won't be taking anything for granted going into the second 45 minutes here.
No, not at all. It's really all about what Inter Milan can do and how they can get at this Aspire. The 45 minutes will tell us who's going to join Real Madrid in the final.
Well, Madrid watched the first half. They've now drifted off, having beaten Red Bull Salzburg in that dramatic penalty shootout earlier on by 9-8. 2-2 it finished after 90 minutes. You weren't too far off where you predicted 1-1, but still ended up at a draw and go to penalties, which was the main thing.
Yeah, that's the thing now. The games get really tight. It's all about the tactical side of it, really, and getting the right formation, and a lot of them, they nullify each other a little bit. So as you can see in this game, this is a tight game.
Just noticed at half-time, just wondering at the back here, Aspire Academy just training on one of the pitches behind us. They'll be in action tomorrow. This great play by Nakori, who was caught right on the edge of the penalty area by Salim Diaby. And he gets a yellow card, Diaby, for his troubles, as the Nakori was in full flight there. Good start for Nakori at the start of the second half.
See, like that then, that's what we want, positive play. Running at the defenders there. Gets brought down just at the edge of the box, though, but really good play from Nakori.
Yellow card for Salim Diaby.
The only way you're going to, this is the only way you're going to beat Aspire. You've got to have a go at them, and you've got to try and run at them, and you cause problems. And I think they're a little bit vulnerable at the back.
Well, here's the free kick, which will be delivered by Maranzino. In swinger, everybody back for Aspire Football Dreams inside the penalty area. Ball just bobbing up and down, making it difficult for Maranzino. Floated in towards the back post, though, and neither Capone nor Nolan could get a header on that one, and it sails behind for a goal kick.
It's the right idea, but just a little bit too much on it. You've got all the big men going on the far post, but just puts a little bit too much on it, and they couldn't get the red on it.
Yet mentioned Aspire Academy just training out the back. They play Estudiantes tomorrow in the battle for 7th and 8th place here, when we'll see get one last chance to see Kashiwa Reysol taking on Al Ahly in the battle for 5th and 6th. Those matches tomorrow. Here's a chance for Inter again. Good strike by Kerin. It's saved low down by Manf. It's been a promising start for the Italians at the start of the second half. Manf launching it long. It's a great ball as well for Karamoko. Good stop by Salah. Bibis. Karamoko.
This is what they want, you know, they want a one-on-one. Try and whip the ball in the box and manage to get poked out again for a corner. This is the effort before, just gets it down, hits it to the ground, but just the keeper's there, just to throw his body on it. A good play and good start from Inter Milan.
Angle's always favouring the goalkeeper, isn't it, from there?
Got to be something special from there. You've got to probably try and hit it across him. So if he does get a touch on it, you know, it comes out.
Once again, it'll be the captain, Katana, with the in-swinging corner for Aspire Football Dreams. Poor corner, away by Maranzino. Karamoko. And there might be a break on here for Inter. Russo, Matu Valetti. Russo's continued his run. Aspire getting players back in the centre. Seligin. Away by Sully. Nuhu. Good play again by Aspire. We've got players for Katana racing through again, and Dry. Capone goes across, and Dry drives it across the goalkeeper. Good save, Mangano. Just managed to guide that away from Katana, who's still got possession, though. Karamoko robbed by Spavero. One in the air by Sully.
Good play by Andrei. We just said before about the effort to Inter Milan. If you can just get it across the keeper and maybe it can come out. But now all of a sudden Inter Milan are pushing forward with a great chance. Just doesn't get the connection on it. And it goes to the goalkeeper, but it's a good opportunity there. Really stretching Aspire. You know, they just couldn't have the end product, that final touch. Couldn't get the touch on it, but well done by Inter.
Russo was stretching there as well, wasn't he? But couldn't get any power in the shot as he played it goalwards. Sumar is just warming up down in front of us, so it looks as though Aspire will make a change right at the start of the second half. Forward by Sully. Nolan. Probably played this back to his goalkeeper, Mangano.
Yeah, and a good play by Andre as well. For Aspire, this is what you do, go across the goalkeeper. There you do, if he just gets a touch, it comes out, and there should have really been an Aspire player trying to attack it, get into the box. But this is when it goes on the other end as well. Just doesn't get the touch, does well to get in between the two defenders. But just that final, you know, just that bit of composure, that touch on it, and Russo probably would have got his team back into it. I think he's had a good tournament as well, Russo. Very effective, very direct player. Gonna need him tonight.
Here's Nolan. Nakuri. Nodded back to Nolan by Seligin, given away though by the Irishman. Katana and Dry. Valietti. Inside by Nakuri, but once again Aspire have got possession back once again. Karamoko. Katana on a forward run, cut out by Salah. Still Karamoko. Too many blue and black shirts back behind the ball though. Now there might be a break on.
This is a chance. Well done by Inter Milan. One-on-one. Tries to cut inside. Well done. Still got the ball.
Nice Russo that was tackled unceremoniously by Carlos in the end. Good challenge by the Costa Rican. And Dry, I think, would have been offside had he gone for that ball. So all the way through to Mangano. They may kick the ball out here into, although Russo's just getting back to his feet now after the challenge from Carlos.
You haven't got any time at all. You know, when Inter Milan get the ball and they get in the dangerous areas, they just swarm around them. You've got to think quick. You've got to move quick. You've got to make your mind up what you're going to do, because they just come back and make it so difficult for you.
Nice well played by Nakuri in the corner, who's won the throw. Here comes the change. It will be Bibis that's going off and Sumar coming on. So that was the change made by Alex Garcia at the start of the match.
Good lively start, second half for Nakuri. They're going to need him. I just think if you keep knocking on the door, keep driving at this Aspire team, I don't think they're the best at the back. If they concede a goal, their heads go down. I spoke about it in the game with Benfica at the start. You know, you've got to keep believing into Milan, keep believing, keep having a go, and I think eventually you can grind them down. But it takes a lot of hard work.
Well, Bibby's not taking his time in getting off to the sidelines here. As Sumar does come on, and play can continue. Throw into Inter. In by Maranzino. Cleared away by Salim Diaby. Salah. Karamoko. And Dry.
I mean, this is how dangerous he is. As soon as he turns and he faces you, there's one thing on his mind. And Dry, he wants to run at you. He's now in the box. He's now waiting for it to be working down the left-hand side. First time you see a miscontrol.
He's just going out of play on the far side. Throw-in's already been taken. Seligin. Losers of this match will have another game, of course, the third and fourth place playoff against Red Bull Salzburg.
Still a lot to play for. There's only one aim at the moment. Got to try and make it to that final. A massive game against Real Madrid. We all know it's a real special night with the final. So these teams desperate to get in there. At the moment, it's the advantage, obviously, to Aspire Football Dreams, because they're leading 1-0. But it's really down to what Inter Milan can do in this second half.
Just a reminder, 12 teams started out in this tournament a week last Friday. Already 4 teams have gone home some days ago now. 12th place Shanghai Greenland, 11th Paris Saint-Germain, 10th Benfica and 9th Celtic. Match for 7th and 8th, 5th and 6th taking place tomorrow. This is all about getting to the final though. Well brought down under control by Karamoko and away from Salah. Although he didn't really push the ball too far ahead of him there, and it runs behind for a goal kick.
Well done. This is a great crossfield pass. And it comes to the wing, and all of a sudden he just gets the ball out of his feet. Tries to get past the defender, but the ball just gets stuck between his feet. Karamoko, good play, but once again, great play, switching a play.
So the Aspire ball. 5 changes allowed to be made, by the way, from each coach. Don't forget, 10 minutes into the second half. Shiro, one of 3 substitutes warming up for Inter Milan at the moment. Salah. What we'd give for another Salah volleyed goal. Valietti. Nakuri. Seligin.
It's got to come out here now as early as possible. A little bit too much on it. As soon as you see it, it's got to come straight away. But once again, they make it very difficult for you, Aspire. You know, they look like there was space there, and then all of a sudden, the grey shirts just pretty much, they all get over and work hard for each other.
And dry. Sumar and dry.
Needs a bit more quality, but well done just a few minutes ago for Sumar. You know, just nicking the ball in midfield when Inter Milan had it.
It's gone out for an Inter Milan throw right in the corner. Alex Garcia urging his players just to put some pressure on the Italians. Seligin. Salah. Cut out by Carlos. Another change about to be made by Aspire. Yemi is going to come on. Seligin has the ball for Inter. Now Nolan. Valietti. Nakuri. Would he have a run at the fullback? Slips it through to Kerin. It's better now from Inter. Russo. Plenty of players forward in support here. Russo, oh, just shimmied out of his feet and goes for a throw-in right in the corner.
Yeah, just cuts inside there. You've got to take the shot quickly. Doesn't really get hold of it. I think it goes out for a throw-in on the other side. 57 minutes coming up to 60 minutes. So Milan have got to keep believing, keep pushing on.
And it's the goal scorer, Nuhu, that's coming off. Scored the goal, well, the only goal of the game so far after 22 minutes. And he's been replaced by Yemi, who will come on for the final 33 minutes or so, 32 minutes. There's the goal that separates the sides from Nuhu in the first half.
That's attention to detail again. You know, it's a very tight game, not really many opportunities, but either way they just switch off. Being able to bring the ball down in the box and then get a strike. You know, just little things like that you've got to keep alive. You've got to keep your men, you've got to mark them. You can't let anybody have a free shot like that.
Here's the substitute, Yemi, first touch. Finds Karamoko. Carlos. Diallo. Katana. Might try his luck here. Katana! Wasn't too far away.
Tell you what a strike that was. You know, you've got to keep your head over the ball, you've got to drive through the ball, and he catches it absolutely perfectly. Just lifts up near the end, but what a fantastic strike. Beat the keeper as well, but it didn't hit the target.
That was inches away from that top corner. Inches.
Wonderful strike.
Great strike. We've seen some good goals in this competition so far. You guys, I think, are going to pick your top 5, aren't you, before the end of the tournament? I don't envy you, to be honest. There have been some long ranges, some really well-worked goals as well. Nice mixed bag for you to delve through.
Yeah, there's a lot of quality goals. There's a lot of ones which we've forgotten about, really, but some fantastic goals. I think the first couple of days there was some wonderful ones. A lot of goals as well. Shero looks like he's coming on. Looks like he's coming on at the moment. This is the one everyone's talking about. I think he's only 16. Played in the last game, but they're saying he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, the distinctive figure of Thomas Shero, wearing number 15, is just waiting down below. Forward by Nolan. Maranzino. And if he'll be the player to make way, Maranzino. That was the one change, or one of the two changes made, rather. Maranzino coming in for Shero. That's given away, though, clumsily by Aspire. Kerin. Now Nakuri. Good ball in from Nakuri. It's in behind Russo. Here's a chance for Spavero.
He had it then. You know, you've got to take the shot.
Seligin. Oh, that's gone for a corner. Well, he's claiming handball, Seligin. That's gone for a corner. Here comes the change. And it's going to be Spavero, in fact, that's going off. So Shero comes on.
See, when the ball comes to him then, he gets his first touch is perfect, but you've got to get the shot in straight away. He delays, and all of a sudden the shirts come around him. Got to take the shot in as soon as possible.
Corner's already been taken.
There you go.
Into the area, great ball in! Oh, it only needed a touch. Two players closed in on the ball. Neither could get the decisive touch with Manth beaten.
Should be a goal there, really should be. Keepers all over the place. All it needs is a slightest of touches towards the goal, and he can use the pace of the ball just to go in. But a glorious opportunity goes wasting for Inter Milan to get back into the game.
Manth came and didn't get near it. Gianmaria Corti looking on the coach.
It's about being brave there. You've got to really put your head in like you want it. Wonderful delivery as well into the box.
Sumar. Given away by Diallo. Bounces off Robert. Sully comes across with a strong challenge before Nakuri can pick up the loose ball. That's been given as an Aspire throw for some reason. Or was it a free kick? It is a throw. Judged to have gone out off Nakuri. Manth. Nakuri's header. Diallo. Sumar. Sprayed out towards Undrai over on the far side. Lovely ball brought down brilliantly as well by Undrai. Now a chance to run at Vaglietti. Trying to get to the byline. Well defended by two Italian defenders to concede the corner.
This is what they're most dangerous at. You know, this is where they're probably the best team in this competition now at just switching the play. As soon as it comes to Undai, then what a first touch. First touch is instant. Next thing, he just runs at the defenders and they end up earning a corner. This is why they're so dangerous, and this is why they're difficult to play against, because of how they attack and how quickly they move the ball around.
Out-swinging corner this time for Aspire Football Dreams, who lead by a goal to nil. To credit players, Carlos with the overhead. Goes wide of the post. Not a bad effort from the Costa Rican. Did take Inter until the 80th minute to find the net against Estudiantes in their quarter-final. That disputed penalty when the ball struck for Seal's knee and the referee pointed to the spot. Maranzino converted. Aspire Football Dreams scored early against Al Ahly through Sully. Managed to go through 1-0 in that one. Where are the heroes coming from tonight in the second semi-final? Real Madrid drew 2-2 with Red Bull Salzburg a little earlier on this afternoon and went through 9-8 in a dramatic penalty shootout. Red Bull had two chances to win it. Didn't take them, and in the end it was left to Felix Wilfing, the goalkeeper, to miss the penalty that put the Spaniards through. Seligin drives it long. That just flicked off Salim Diaby.
Just over 20 minutes now for Inter to try and get something out of this game. Lovely touchdown from Karamoko there. Great touch.
To have managed to soak up the pressure in the second half, but haven't really created much clear cut. They need to come up with a cutting edge or a telling ball in the final third. Salah. Shiro. Capone. Nolan. A little bit of space in front of him now to approach the halfway line, Ryan Nolan. Nakuri, nicely taken on the chest. He's got the overlap behind him from Vaglietti. Shiro now in the centre. Good ball out to Russo. Almost managed to get it over the head of Carlos. It's gone out of play. It was very nearly the perfect ball there to Pio Russo.
Yeah, just got his head on it just to stop it falling, really right in front of him. Now into now. Can they create something on this left-hand side? Ball goes into the box.
Salah's ball in, nicely brought down by Nakuri. Shiro guided back out to Salah. That's a poor touch, allowed Carlos a good side to the ball, and now Aspire will look to come forward again. Given away by Karamoko. Oh, it fell on nicely for Sumar. Seligan just bounced off him. Sumar with a strike! Oh, what a save! Brilliant save from Mangano. And Sumar, who scored that fine goal earlier in the tournament, has produced a brilliant stop out of Mangano.
Absolutely wonderful play. The ball comes to him. He leans his body into the Inter Milan player, but then goes into the box. And what a strike. You can just see it going into the top corner, but the keeper's there just to get that touch and to go out for a corner. But wonderful play there from Aspire. Great strike.
Well, that's not far off save of the tournament, I wouldn't have thought, from Mangano. Still work to do, though, for Inter. Here he is again, Sumar. Might try his luck yet again. Takes a deflection. Helped away by Salah for another corner. Under a little bit of pressure now, Inter.
Good play, this at the moment from Aspire, starting off with the shot. Great ball whipped into the box as well from the corner. They've now earned another corner, but same thing again, whipping it straight in, making the Inter Milan defenders really defend and work hard.
More defending to do here for the Italians. Well played, Mangano. You heard him shout keeper there and gather the ball cleanly and then try and get his side moving forward. Cleared up field towards Russo. Comes off the knee of Diallo. Goes out of play for a throw-in on the far side. A little bit of urgency now about Inter. Well, the assistant referee on the far side has said that's a foul throw, so it will go Aspire's way. Too much haste.
What about the keeper there? And the ball went in, he came out and collected it. It means so much that when your keeper can do that.
Yeah, just see the foot up there from Valietti, which is why the foul throw was given. Approaching the midway point then of the second half. No addition to the first half score. That goal from Nuhu, 22 minutes into the match. Salim Diaby. Salah, nicely put under control. He knew Karamoko was right behind him. Shiro. Poor touch from
Mamma mia, we heard the shout then. Just lost control of it. Just a little bit of frustration. You've got to keep the belief there into Milan.
Well, that's well played. Managed to stay on his feet there, Yemi. It's a brilliant kill shot again from Katana. Straight into the midriff of Mangano, who was well placed. Certainly been the busier of the two goalkeepers, Giulio Mangano in the Inter goal.
I thought it was a good idea then, the shot, but it didn't seem too happy the coach down here then. I think he wanted him to keep possession.
Nakuri. Oh, it's in behind Kerin. It's a poor ball away by Salim Diaby. Sumar. Lovely ball from Sumar. Tugged back by Salah. That surely will be a yellow card. Well, they're claiming possibly should have been a red card, certainly as Karamoko went down. He'd have been clearing on goal, and there is an argument maybe that Salah was the last man. There were players covering in the centre, though, I think.
That's how dangerous they are then. Aspire, wonderful pass through. Difficult for Salah. I know he's had to make the foul, really, but just look at that, inch perfect. Got to do something to stop him in his tracks there, otherwise he's going to go through on goal.
Is he the last man?
He is, but not a red card. I think it's right, probably a yellow card. He got away from goal, but I don't like what I think I saw then from the Aspire player. He's asking him, the referee, to give him a red card. We don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You get on with your game. Let the referee make those decisions. But they just keep coming at you. Aspire is so difficult to play against them. It's their energy levels. Little chip over the top. Manages to clear it, but still it's just at the edge of the box now. Inter Milan get the foot through the ball.
It was away by Nakuri. Manf. Salim Diaby just keeps the ball in play. Sully. Shiro. Poor ball. Might get another chance to press forward here, Aspire. Good ball to Karamoko. Salah goes to ground early, just gets a foot in, but Karamoko keeps possession. Sumar. Not too sure what he was thinking there. Sumar curled out of play for a goal kick.
seem to be a little bit nervous down on the bench. The coaches tell everyone to calm down, calm down. I don't think they're totally. I think they're in control of the game. Aspire. I'm going to put any doubt in their mind at all.
Elia Visconti is going to be coming on for Inter. Karamoko nicely slipped through once again. Here's a chance for Andrade. Oh, didn't set himself and side foots it over the top. That's a great chance for Andrade to make it 2. Didn't take the chance though.
Yeah, that should have really put them a place in the final. Wonderful play down this right-hand side. Ball cut back, he comes to Andrade there, and you just think, come on to it, keep your head down, and he skies the ball over the crossbar. Should have really be 2-0, but they're rampant at the moment. Just keep coming at Inter Milan. Inter Milan are finding it difficult to even create any sort of opportunity or just to get hold of the ball.
Russo. Pursued by Salim Diaby. Now Salah. Has to go back towards his own goal, Salah. Nolan. Still Visconti waits to come on. Capone. Guided off by Kerin. Valietti. Nice little flick. Russo got the first time shot in it. Deflects up and he's gathered by Manf. Seligin to manage to win the ball back. The long clearance haven't really worked out for Aspire, giving possession straight back to the Italians. Salah. Capone. Nakuri needs to come a lot deeper to get the ball back now for Inter. Seligin. It's a good ball to Salah. Oh, he's just taken his eye off it, and Carlos will get in. Kept in play there by Salah. Russo. Back to Salah once again. Comes off Kerin. Here's a chance. Nakuri. Still the chance is on. Looking to get it for Kerin, and they just can't get a decisive shot in at the moment. There's offside flag up against Nakuri. And now we will see the change. It's Enrico Seligin that's going off. So Elia Visconti will come on. Fairly ineffective tonight, hasn't he, Seligin?
Yes, he has, yeah, but they just have to, you've got to be sharper, you've got to be on your front foot when you're in the box. You know, it's not going to, you haven't going to have any time at all, especially against the Spy. So when it comes, you've got to get onto it quickly. You know, they're just delaying it a little bit now, Inter. They're getting in those dangerous positions, but just not sharp enough.
Marco Salah's taken over the captain's armband. There's Nolan's header. Here is Visconti. First touch. Karamoko gets his body across. Good play by Visconti. Good persistence by the substitute. Well, I thought he kept the ball in play. It's right in front of the Italian bench. Shouts of no, no coming from all on the bench. Wag of the finger from Gianmaria Corti. I didn't think it was out, to be honest.
Now into stepping it up now. A good defending there for Aspire down in this bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to up it a little bit now, trying to have one couple of last little pushes, 74 minutes on the clock.
The referee had a look at his assistant. It's an Aspire player down. It's been given as a throw to Inter. There'll be a brief hold-up here while Diallo gets some treatment. That goal from Nuhu, who's since gone off after 22 minutes, is still the separating factor between the two teams. Place in the final up for grabs against Real Madrid. All 4 finals previously have gone to penalties as well. I wonder if Real Madrid, well, they're obviously in the final, whether they'll get a 3rd successive penalty shootout at this competition this year.
Yeah, it's difficult because of that tight, the games. You know, even with this one, it's difficult and it means so much as well. Obviously, winning the final, it's all about winning it, so you do go cautious. You don't really go for it, so that's why a lot of the games are very tight. But now you're looking just over 15 minutes into Milan. Have got to try and get something out of this game.
Played forward by Salah. Nice touch by Kerin. Cleared away by Salim Diaby. Need to get some quality into the box, into which they haven't really done so far.
And start sending some players forward as well.
Visconti did well to win the corner off Carlos. So this is a chance for them to put a little bit of pressure on. Pierre Russo has come to take the corner. Capone and Nolan coming forward. Nolan, one arm in the air, he'll attack this one. Capone there as well, right behind him.
It's got to be quality. There's quality as well.
That's a good leap. It may well have been Capone that got the touch on that one. Both him and Nolan going for the same ball. That was Nolan, in fact, who got the final touch.
Great idea, good ball. Nolan just a little bit unfortunate there. Gets the leap, gets up there, but doesn't really get the direction on the cross.
Man for the goal kick. Just over Maranzino's head. Shiro. Now Nakuri. Down the line for Luca Kerin. 2 in the centre. Nakuri makes ground into the middle as well. Gone for a corner off Robert.
Set pieces we keep talking about. So important at these stages of the game. We just saw a quality cross coming in from the left-hand side. We need the same again. It's a left footer. Got to whip it round, right round near the goalkeeper. You've got to put men in.
Yeah, it's Maranzino this time. Again, Nolan and Capone are forward. It's another deeper one in towards Nolan at the back post. No one really attacked that second ball. Nolan's still in there. Still got the ball, Nolan. Plays it across, laid back by Nakuri. And away by Katana.
Having a couple of half chances now then, but just then, as the ball went back, you just got to lay it back and get the shot in. Got to be a lot sharper into Milan.
Maletti with a throw. Given away again in the final third by Inter. It's really let them down a little bit this evening. Laid off by Katana. Nice play by Aspire. Katana's got good pace. Helps it onto Andrade, who's popped up on this right-hand side now. Looking to take on Marco Sala. Sala did well, got a foot in, stood his ground, but still Andrade working his way down the line, but runs it out of play, and that will be a goal kick.
Good play from Aspire. Getting the ball out to the right. There he is, Andrade, always constantly working, constantly attacking defenders. But that particular time, the ball goes out of play. Coming up to 80 minutes on the clock now. Just over 10 minutes left of this semi-final. Real Madrid in the final. Who's going to meet them?
That's Visconti again. Just a little moment of hesitation as he played that ball forward. Offside.
Well offside, well offside.
Flag goes up against Yemi. Looks like another change about to be made by Aspire. Hassan is the player that's going to come on. Not for the moment, though, because Capone's got the ball for Inter as they try and get themselves back on level terms in this one. Salah. Now, Ryan Nolan. Balietti pushing forward. Well played by Robert. Throw-in taken quickly. Shiro. Back to Nakuri. First time ball in from Nakuri. He's headed away by Sully. Maranzino just ducks underneath it. Inside the final 10 minutes. Here goes Salah. Space out on the right-hand side this time. Now Nakuri. Chance to run. 4 players potentially in the centre. Valietti on the overlap. Nakuri's made ground into the centre. It's not a great ball. Comes out to Russo. Wouldn't sit down for him. Still Russo hooks it goalwards, and that'll be comfortable for Manf.
Making it difficult, they are Aspire, getting everybody behind the ball. Inter Milan get the ball into the box but can't get the shot. But now this is dangerous because obviously Inter are trying to get back into the game. They're now on the ball. They've got to push. They've got to push players forward. They've got to get people in the box.
Well, here's Kerrin. It was won back down by Nakuri. 3 in the centre. It's come all the way across to Russo. Just overran it slightly. Russo will keep the ball in play though. Shiro's there with him. Well, tried to drive the ball across first time, Shiro, but just slices it behind for a goal kick. But certainly having more of the play now in the second half, Inter. It's going to be Andrai that's coming off.
You know, even when they were pushing forward, then I looked at the back four, and there's one Aspire player up there, and the back four is still there. You've got to push people on. You know, in this few final stages of the game, you've got to try and push players on here to get back into the game. Good lively performance again as well from Andrai. You know, the work rate, what he puts in. You find him on the left, the right. And he's really effective when he turns up. As soon as he turns and he runs at you, he's dangerous. But another good performance. Maybe seeing him in the final.
Maybe. Yellow card there for Mann, for the goalkeeper, for time wasting. Not too sure how you can have a time wasting yellow card when there's a substitution being made. Very strange. That's the second time we've seen that. It's another change about to come for Inter as well. Giorgio Vitali, central striker who started the quarter-final, that's coming on. Here's Salah.
Got to start pushing players forward.
There's the change. It's Piero Russo that's going off then, and Giorgio Vitali. Here's the player coming on.
Substitution for Inter Milan, player number 14, Peo Francesco Furoso, has been replaced by player number 20, Giorgio Vitali.
So Vitali will give them a little bit more of an aerial presence, but they have to get the balls into him first. They've got a free kick here. This might be a chance. Once again, Capone and Nolan going forward for this. So Vitali's in there as well now. Inter are the sort of side you just know they're going to throw bodies forward as the game goes on and might risk conceding a second goal into the bargain, but needs a good delivery here from Maranzino.
It's got to be quality. Has it fallen to Odom? Oh, just pokes it over the bar there. Maranzino, it came to him. The ball bounced a little bit, and when it came to him, he just poked it over the bar.
Well, bounced awkwardly. Vitali was involved. Nakuri had to stretch for that one, but couldn't get over it. Stabs the ball over the top. It was a chance for Inter. Sully went down, but doesn't need any treatment.
Just seemed to open up for Inter Milan. Was that their opportunity? Was that final opportunity?
Well, they're almost playing 4-2-4 at the moment, if you look. Inter now, they've just got 2 players in midfield, Maranzino and Shiro. Everybody else pushing forward along a forward line, trying to get back into this game. It's a very attack-minded Inter Milan lineup, which could be playing into the hands of Aspire.
Yeah, you've got to go for it. You have to go for it, but they've got to get it forward now as soon as possible.
Well played again by Salim Diaby. They've been impressive, that central defensive too, haven't they? Suleiman, Salim Diaby throughout this competition. Aspire Football Dreams haven't had the luxury of being able to make wholesale changes, having drawn their opening game. They knew they had to win their second to guarantee their place in the knockout stages. So, unlike Inter, who made, what, 7 or 8 changes for their second match?
Is it fading away now for Inter Milan? Can they really dig deep and try and get back into this game? Force it to penalties, but now this is dangerous now. Aspire pushing forward.
That's a one-on-one. Laid on by Sumar. Good save, Mangano, but Katana will get there and put in the rebound. And Aspire Football Dreams have doubled their advantage. Mangano is furious with his defenders for not getting back to cover. Kicks the advertising hoarding in sheer frustration. But Katana bursting through the captain to follow up after the initial shot had been saved. And surely now Aspire Football Dreams are in the final once again.
Absolutely, and it's the man we've been talking about who turns up everywhere in these pockets, the captain, Katana. Great strike. This is how dangerous they are. When you try and get back into the game, they catch you on the counter-attack. The shot comes in, and there's Katana there just to side-foot it in. And what looks like to put Aspire Football for Dreams in the final against Real Madrid.
There's Karamoko's initial shot, but you can see the reaction of the defenders, the fact there were no other Inter Milan players closing in to stop the rebound. Nobody watched Katana, he ghosted it all on his own, and Alex Garcia's side are now 4 minutes away from a rematch with Real Madrid, a repeat of the 2014 final. It's given them a little bit of breathing space. And they might go on to get another goal here as well. Here's Katana. Now Karamoko. Oh, that's in behind Luca Kerin. Forward by Carlos, straight through to Mangano. Shiro. Now Salah. Lukuri. Salah. Well, Aspire have come here and done their job once again. Everybody said at the start of the tournament how strong they would be. Pulling from their 16 countries, of course, got a very strong squad for Alex Garcia to choose from, and so it's proved once again. Unbeaten so far. Did surrender that 2-goal lead against Benfica, but with only 3 minutes to go, you don't think they're going to surrender this 2-goal lead. Comfortable on the ball as well. Forward by Sully. Karamoko again, still looking full of running the number 7. Back inside Karamoko, might create room for the shot. Karamoko! Straight into the arms of Mangano. Didn't really have the power in the shot to fully test the goalkeeper. Carlos. Left by Karamoko. Carlos will kick the ball out of play. There's a player down in the centre. It's Diallo that's gone down for the second time in quick succession. Diallo. There's the goal again. Shot from Karamoko was only parried by Mangano, who did his best to try and get back, but well, Katana just too quick, but not another Inter player in sight. Look, just Vallietti who went across. Such were the numbers they were trying to get forward, the Italians, to get themselves back into the match. And it looks as though Inter Milan will play Red Bull Salzburg on Monday in the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Aspire Football Dreams will play Real Madrid. There's the reaction from the goalkeeper. Absolutely furious, Giulio Mangano. The lower place battlings tomorrow as well. More football for you. No rest break here. The penultimate day of action at the Aspire International Cup 2015. Aspire Academy against Estudiantes and Kashiwa Reysol against Al Ahly tomorrow. Another good ball forward again, looking for the chase of Yemi. We're into the final minute of the 90. Just a question of what the officials are adding on here for added time. Salim Diaby back to his goalkeeper, chased all the way by Visconti though. Maranzino's header. Tussling away with Yemi. Katana. Sumar. Karamoko. I think Alex Garcia just wants them to hang on to the ball now in the corner. No need to try anything silly at this late stage of the game. Sumar. Maybe they'll go for another goal. 4 minutes added time. Mangano makes the save once again. Nolan. Capone. One final change here for Inter. It's going to be Matteo Poletto that's coming on to replace Maranzino.
Substitution for Inter Milan, player number 11, Gaetano Maranzino, has been suspended by number 13, the field for Inter Milan, Gaetano Maranzino,
Salah. Nolan. Nakuri. Valietti tried to play it down the line for Vitali. Sumar. That's a high challenge, and that'll be the substitute who's literally just come on there. Paletto, who's going to get the yellow card. He's only been on the field literally a moment. And there's a challenge. Paletto just catching the standing leg of Diallo. Yellow card for Paletto. Third player booked in the match. Manfan Salim Diaby earlier went into the book. Marco Salah was also booked in the second half for Inter. Hasn't had too much to do. Manf may just have injured himself, actually. He's been stretching the left leg out a little bit for the last few minutes or so, just hobbling a little on that leg. Alex Garcia just a couple of moments away from another victory for Aspire Football Dreams and a place in the final to pit their wits against Real Madrid. Won on penalties, Aspire International 2 years ago against the same opponents. And this game has followed a very similar pattern for Aspire Football Dreams as to their quarter-final. Did manage to get a second goal here, but there they got an early goal as well and managed to close out the opposition. That second goal just gave them that little bit of breathing space here for the final moments. Katana. Carlos. Nolan. Shiro. Hooked away by Salim Diaby as the referee's whistle brings the semi-final to a close. Inter Milan have come up short, having impressed earlier in the competition. They were unbeaten and hadn't conceded a goal before tonight, but they've met their match against Aspire Football Dreams. Isaac Nuhu scored the opener midway through the first half, and with Inter pressing, looking for an equaliser, it allowed space for Catania to get a second with 4 minutes to go. It means that Aspire Football Dreams go through to the final to take on Real Madrid in 2 days' time. Inter Milan will play Red Bull Salzburg in the battle for 3rd and 4th place. It's been another intriguing semi-final for you. Inter played their part in what was an entertaining game. Possession ended up 50-50. 13 shots to 14, it was that close. Aspire Football Dreams, that little bit more critical and clinical in front of goal. Full-time score, Inter Milan 0, Aspire Football Dreams 2.
انضم إلى برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB وتمتع بعالم من الخدمات المصرفية المميزة. خدمة عالمية تقدم لك امتيازات حصرية تعزز نمط حياتك أينما كنت وفي أي وقت، تجعلك تتحكم في معاملاتك وحساباتك، تمكنك من امتلاك منزل جديد في الخارج مع خدمة التمويل العقاري الدولي. برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB، عالم الامتيازات الحصرية.
This is my hero, one of my country's most talented players. Nowadays, talent alone is not enough. Football has changed. There is a place where you can get world-class coaching that pushes you to train harder and harder. Education that helps build your future. Sports science that enhances your performance. And where you are always in the right hands. This place has found me, and I am ready. One day, I want to be his hero.
Aspire Academy. Aspire today. Inspire tomorrow.
أنا غدوتي لما أكبر أصير نفس نيمار. في 2022 أبي أكون في استاد البيت. عم نشوف الجمهور في ملعب اللاعبين. كأس العالم 2022 هو البداية.
الأكل بيكمل مع بيبسي. يلا ناو.
For nearly 40 years, Musco has specialized in the design and manufacture of sports and large area lighting solutions. From neighborhood ball fields to international speedways. Musco is committed to providing cost-effective lighting solutions and services you can rely on. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting, we make it happen.
هل تعلم أن شبكة بي إن تقدم تشكيلة متنوعة من البرامج لكل العائلات؟ أحدث الأفلام والمسلسلات والبرامج الترفيهية وأفضل البرامج الوثائقية والإخبارية وبرامج الأطفال وأقوى الفعاليات الرياضية الحصرية. كما يمكنك مشاهدة هذه البرامج في أي وقت وأي مكان. وهل تعلم ما هو سعر الاشتراك؟
You need to smile.
أليس هذا مدهشاً؟
Dreams have just beaten Inter Milan 2-0. They've booked their place in the final of the Kass International Cup 2016 where they'll face Real Madrid. Let's get reaction now and head down pitch side and join Wissam. Wissam.
Thanks, Rod. I have on my side Aspire coach Alexander Garcia. Coach, it was a beautiful game, great performance, 2-0. Tell me, how did you see the game technically from you?
I think it was a beautiful game, as you said. It was a very, very tough game. Me personally, I'm happier with my team on the first half than the second half. But in the end, in this kind of tournament, what counts is the score. We went on to the next stage, the final. So we're happy.
Between the two halves, what was the main instruction you gave it to the players?
I was telling them to keep playing our game. And the first half was excellent. We could have killed the game before. We didn't finish it. Second half, I think we were not that calm. We lost our pace. We suffered, but it's part of the game. You need to learn how to suffer, and good.
Now you are just one more game to the final against Real Madrid. How are you gonna prepare for this game?
Same as usual. Tonight.
Is there anything special, you know?
No. Tonight, recovery. Coach starts working on Real Madrid. Team will recover. Will stay off tomorrow. Nothing, no training, nothing, and we'll prepare the game against Madrid as every other game.
Wish you all the best. Tell me, what's your feeling? Did you guys expect to win 2-0?
Of course, but then we expected to win more than 2-0. But then I think Inter played very well, so we're very happy for their victory.
How do you see your opportunities in the final?
I think great, and an awesome feeling because we've worked really hard to be here. So we're very proud of ourselves and of everybody that helped make this opportunity a very good one.
The game against Real Madrid, how are you going to see it?
I think it's going to be a tough game, but then we'll keep working harder and keep pushing harder as we've always wanted. So we're hoping for the win and a victory.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you
so much. Congratulations again. Rod, that's all what we have here. Back to you.
Sam, thank you very much indeed. He can certainly be proud of himself and his teammates, and Alex Garcia, the head coach, can also be extremely proud. Chris Macon and Nick Summerby alongside me. What a performance, what a win.
And Alex Garcia is finally happy. Albeit, was it the first half?
Yeah,
45
I know. He
minutes.
still found problems in the second. I didn't see him, but he did.
I know. I read it completely the other way around.
Yeah.
I thought it looked so dangerous on the attack, and it could have been more goals.
Nick Summerby, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, they were fantastic. He's obviously a tough taskmaster. He really does drive his team, and they're just so hard to play against. I've never seen anyone. It just destroys you, really, because they're so good. They're strong, physical, great on the ball.
Pace.
One-on-ones, you've got no chance. You know, they come at you, and it's very difficult. Forget about them looking at Real Madrid. What do you do if you're Real Madrid to try and stop those from, it's just very difficult.
So different from all the other teams, aren't they? They've got that, I said before at half-time, they've got something else in the forward players and the midfield players. They take chances more than any other team, and there's something about them, the more
the
fluid.
X factor.
Yeah, it is. They're more fluid, aren't they? They're easy on the eye, and
What it is, they try and manufacture players with these people there now, with these players here now, and where they come from. It's getting out, having a life, and fighting. It means everything to them. It's that fight, that grit, that never give in. That's what you've got to try and beat, and that is difficult to beat. That.
All right, let's have a look at how they did that, how they got past Inter Milan, and it was in some style. This was the first goal, came from a set piece, which surprised you, Chris. Nevertheless, it was well finished. I
said at half time that if they were going to score a goal, I think the Inter Milan players wouldn't have complained if it was a bit of magic or something different, but not from a corner. You just don't expect it, do you, Nick?
No, Enrico, this is the detail we talk about, you know, and this is... I mean, once again, you've got to say as well, the captain there, he's everywhere, you know, and you have to stop this guy from playing because he's quality. But what we're talking about then before they go, it's detail. This little bit of detail is when if they make it into the first team or not. It's about keeping you've got to keep your mind going all the time and thinking, and Enrique just switched off, but they just keep coming at you. And look, who's there? There's only one person.
He's already anticipated if...
there's only one person, the ball's there, and there's only one person going to get on it. It's the captain, because he is in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Fantastic goals there. Let's just have a look at some of the chances that Inter Milan have. How did they did have opportunities, Chris?
Definitely, yeah. This is in the first half. It's a wonderful effort, and he's so unlucky to see it come back off the upright. But he works it really well. Nakori then does everything right, really. That's a good opportunity. I love seeing players get across the goalkeepers, and it sets a little bit of panic in, and it's a wonderful delivery, by the way.
You can't do enough of that in training, you know, getting in situations like that. Really, you've got to throw yourself on the header. You've got to be willing to get hurt. You know, once again, it just pops up for him here now. If anyone can put it away, he can, but he just gets a little bit too much on it.
Corey's had a good tournament.
If you're going to, I keep going back to it, if you're going to play in your first team, you've got to, you don't get many chances. You've got to take them. So that's the bits what you really got to polish up on. Just waiting for that one opportunity. It's all right when you're getting loads of opportunity. It's that one little thing you've got to make it happen.
Okay, Aspire Football Dreams will meet Real Madrid in the final. How did Real Madrid get there? Well, they beat FC Red Bull Salzburg. How did they do it? We'll show you next.